Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a stitch along with me video. If you hear my dog snoring in the background, she's loud, just to let you know. I am still working on the hands-on design Sunflower Manor pattern, but the smaller autumn design. As you can see, I am very close to being done. All I have to do is stitch the pumpkin that's right here, and I am finished. This has taken me a month though, believe it or not. I feel like I'm such a slow stitcher compared to like everyone I see on the internet, you know. But just to give you a little bit of background, it has been a really, I'm gonna pull you in a little closer. It has been a really difficult time for my family lately. My grandfather, who is 90, is currently in the hospital with Guillain-Barré syndrome. If you've never heard of that syndrome, basically, it is a virus that he contracted where the antibodies in your blood attack your nervous system. So what it did was, it has basically attacked almost every muscle in his body, where he was very weak, he couldn't walk, he had fell a couple times at home. My mom had to call the fire department to get him up. And finally, they admitted him to the hospital. And neurologists came in and they discovered that that's what he has. Because now, he was to the point where he stopped breathing. Because it just travels up from your legs, up through your whole body. So everything was affected. He couldn't feed himself. He couldn't talk. And the treatment for it is to replace the plasma in your blood with new plasma. And that helps fight those antibodies in there and the virus. So, as far as I know, I mean, I'm not a doctor or a medical professional, but that's what I have, you know, heard. So, my grandfather miraculously, even though he is 90, and I'm, you know, you have to guess that his age is against him, he is doing extremely well. Meaning, he is now going to the bathroom on his own. His muscles are improving. He is moving around. They did have to do a tracheotomy on him, but he has been talking around that to us, which is amazing. So he only has 2 more treatments. One treatment today, which is Monday. Today's Monday, October 23rd. I think it's the 23rd. Yeah, it's the 23rd. And then he has his final treatment Wednesday. So I'm not sure after that what the plan is. Eventually he's going to have to go to a rehab center for physical therapy to get back the use of his legs and walking and all of that. Right now he is in ICU because, like I said, he did stop breathing and they had to intubate him and all that. He has been in ICU for a week. But my mom, who is retired, thank God, she has been at the hospital all day, every day for the past week. And like I said, really 2 weeks, because he was in the hospital, then he was home, and they hadn't diagnosed him yet, and then he went back, and we also think my grandmother has early signs of dementia. So my uncle is currently staying there with her while my grandfather's in the hospital. But my mom is having to wind up taking care of a whole lot of stuff. You know, her house, she has a husband, and my sister is 12, and they have pets, but she is taking care of my grandparents' bills, because my grandmother was never in that position. She never handled everything my grandfather did. But my uncle is staying there with my grandmother. My uncle is not married, has a girlfriend, but doesn't have kids, doesn't have a house. He lived with his girlfriend. So, you know, he has really no tying down responsibilities where he can't stay there with my grandmother. So he is staying there and helping out somewhat. But I've been trying to work my full-time job, handle everything here at my house, talking to my mom at all hours of the day and night, because she has been calling me, you know, to vent or to talk about it. I mean, the one day she called me 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then 6:30 in the morning. She called me the other night at 10:30 and we were on the phone until 1:30 in the morning. It has just been, and so I have not been sleeping that well and just been stressed and trying to get to the hospital a couple times a week. And then, you know, just this past weekend, went up to the hospital Friday night because luckily my job ended at a normal time. But then Saturday, I get up, my husband's fishing. I told my mom I would be at the hospital by noon to visit for a couple of hours. So I get up and I have just a billion things to do. All kinds of house chores. I had to take a shower. I wanted to do my nails. I had bills of my own to write out. So I do all of that. I'm scrambling, running around here like a crazy person for about 3 hours. And I finally get out the door and I see I'm almost on E on my gas tank. So I have to stop and get gas. And when I stop and get gas, you know, it's nice out, so I have my window down. Well, there is a bee chasing me. So to anybody on the street, I must have looked like a crazy person because here I am flailing my arms, basically running around my car, trying to avoid this bee while the gas is pumping in my car. So I get in the car at the gas station to leave to go to the hospital. Oh, and I also have to go now to the vet, which is about 5 minutes from the hospital, to pick up an antibiotic for my dog, because not only is my grandfather in the hospital and that causing havoc on my family, something is really wrong with my dog. They think, first of all, she has an ear infection. She has some sort of yeast problem with her paws. So we are giving her ear drops, giving her a bath every other day with this special shampoo. And she has a urinary tract infection, so I had to go pick up that antibiotic on Saturday to the tune of $65. On top of the $400 my husband spent on her getting tests done. Urinary test, all kinds of blood tests. Something is wrong with her liver, they suspect. They don't know if it's just an enlarged liver. Wait a minute, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it's an enlarged liver, if it is a tumor, if it's cancer. So not only did we spend that $400 plus the $65, now they want to do an abdominal ultrasound, which can be anywhere from $250 to $500 to determine what the problem with the liver is. And so I'm talking to my husband and I'm like, look, you know, we'd have to put the $500 on a credit card. It's just running into so much money. And I even told the vet that on the phone. I said, we love our dog, but there is a monetary limit to what we're going to do. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she said, well, let's first get rid of the urinary tract infection. So that's going to take 2 weeks of antibiotics and then waiting another week before we take her back for a urine test. And then go from there as far as progressing to see what is wrong with her liver. Because I'm going to be honest, if it's cancer, we're not doing treatment. I can't afford that. I'm not doing that. My dog is 10. I'm not putting the dog through that or me through that. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. So yeah, on top of everything else that's going on. Then my husband needed new tires recently. Now my husband is a pretty thrifty person as far as finding deals on Craigslist. Like my bedroom furniture, he found on Craigslist for $40 for the whole set. And it was like in perfect condition. So he found a coworker of his had a set of tires that were 2 inches bigger than what he currently has on his truck. But he gave them to him for free, and they're in perfect condition. He just needed to get rid of them. So he got the tires for free, but now he's got to find bigger rims, okay? He manages to find rims on Craigslist for $300, which was a deal because normally new tires, just the tires for his truck, were close to $1,000. So I said, okay, $300, we can do that. So he talked to the guy and was going to go up there on Sunday. So Saturday, my husband sends me a text message when he is fishing, and he says, oh my FG, you know, oh my God, the guy sold the rims to someone else, not my husband. So my husband was furious, and I was like, okay, I mean, what can you really do, right? My husband found someone else on Craigslist that had rims, but this time they were $400. I said, just go get them. Just do it. Like, okay. So he did that. Then he noticed that my stepdaughter's car, which was my old car, has been running rough. Like the engine just sounds really rough. So we dropped it off yesterday for like, you know, an assessment, which was going to cost, that's still going to cost $120. I just realized that. Well, he calls me this morning and says, oh, I have good news. I'm like, really? Yeah, the car's going to cost $900 to fix. I was like, what? Well, it needs new engine mounts because they're just rotting. I mean, the car is like 7 years old. So luckily, our neighbor works on race cars and knows about stuff like that, and he replaced the engine mounts in his son's car. So they're going to try to do it themselves, and it might only cost $200 versus $900. Well, that's a huge difference. But I'm like, okay, universe, what are you trying to show me here? Like, everything is going wrong at one time. Not to mention, you know, not for nothing, I am doing a lot better, but I'm still going through treatment myself. I think people have forgotten that. I think my family has forgotten that. You know, me trying to run up to the hospital every day, and I'm constantly feeling run down and tired, and it, oh my God. Yeah. So, I gotta end this thread. It's like way too short now. So, that is what has been going on at my house. I haven't been able to do very much stitching lately, or watching a Flosstube, or my shows, or do a video. The last video I had was a week ago, and I didn't do a weekly update last week. It wasn't happening. I just could not find the time to do it, because I was also working late every night. So, I did print out a tag to do, but I wanted to give you guys kind of an update on what's been going on with me. I didn't want to say this update in my weekly update video that I'm going to film after I do this. So that's what's been going on. I need a break, people. I need a break. I need to find a rich relative that has a bunch of money. No. Yeah, oh my God. So, the tag, and you know what? I meant to research, yeah, oh well. The tag that I pulled out was called the small YouTuber tag. Okay, I've already done 13 minutes telling you about my life. It is only 7 questions, so it's probably not going to take me a long time to go through it. But here goes, right? Let me find my highlighter because I need to check off what I just stitched. Okay, question number 1. What inspired you to start making videos? I know if you've watched my videos, you know this story. I have to attribute me starting videos to Jill. It was at her baby shower in July of 2016. And we were just talking about stitching, and she's like, have you ever watched Flosstube? And I said, what the hell is that? And, oh God, did I mess up? No. Okay, thank God. And she said, she explained what it was, and I'm like, really? And she said, yeah. Go home, and she was talking about how Garrett was on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, a bunch of other people, and I said, all right, I said, I'll check it out when I go home. That night, I sat down to do some stitching and looked up, put in Flosstube in YouTube, And the first one that popped up was Garrett, Coffee Stitcher. He was the first one I ever watched. Oh my good God. As soon as I saw what kind of videos, I watched a bunch of his. I started watching Katie the Stash Queen. And I texted her like the next day. I was like, oh my God, we have to do a video. We have to start doing videos. So I got a notebook. I started writing down notes. I did my first video, I think, like 2 days later after that. Why is there a knot in this thread? Oh, it came out. And then I was hooked. I mean, I was just down the rabbit hole of making videos. Yeah. But yeah, Jill, I would have never, I probably would have discovered it eventually, but you know what's funny? It seems like, and I'm not trying to be egocentric or anything like that, it seems like after Jill and I started doing our videos, like it exploded. So many people started doing videos that were not doing videos before. I mean, Jessie Marie has been on there for like 3 years, and I never even knew it. Like there was literally only a handful of people doing them for any length of time. So yeah, it just seems like it exploded, and then now everyone's doing them, and I have such a hard time keeping up with everyone. I just can't do it. So, okay, second question. How long have you been on YouTube, and have you had other channels? Well, like I just said, I have been on YouTube since July of 2016. I actually, before that, had a YouTube channel, and I was going to do like makeup stuff, and it just, I never really tried to do it. Because I know so much more and love cross stitch so much more than I do makeup, and boy, it can get really pricey buying all the new makeup, and there are so many famous makeup YouTubers on YouTube that I really didn't think I had a shot at doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. It's sometimes really hard to count and talk at the same time. So, yeah, there was that question. Okay. Number 3, where do you see yourself and your YouTube channel in 5 years? Well, 5 years, actually, my husband and I, he'll be retiring, maybe. And if he does, we plan on trying to move to Ocean City, which is about 3 hours from where we're currently at. And I still see myself working at home, doing what I do. Still stitching, love stitching. I don't ever see me giving that up until I possibly could not do it anymore, which I hope that never happens. But as far as my channel, I would have really loved for my channel to really take off and for it to be my job. I don't really know how that would happen though, because there's only so much I think you can do with a cross-stitch needlework channel. I mean, I've pretty much done all the tutorials that I can think of that are out there, although I do have a couple in the works. When I get to certain points on some projects, I'm going to be demonstrating a specialty stitch and some different things. I actually filmed a couple other tutorials this morning before this, and I always welcome ideas. And it's like I said, I mean, as things come up and the needlework, industry changes, there may be other opportunities for videos. But soon, I'm really sure, besides my magazine flip-throughs, it is just going to be my Stitch With Me videos and my weekly update videos. So potentially 2 videos a week from me, which the really famous people on YouTube, like the makeup people that I watch, they do videos 5 days a week. They also have millions of subscribers though. So if I had a substantial amount of subscribers, like 10,000, 100,000, something where I'm making money off of that, from the views and the ads, yeah, it would have to be a substantial amount for me to be able to say that is my job. So, but yeah, 5 years, still going at it. I really hope that Flosstube does not go away anytime soon, because it is just so much fun to do videos and show what we're buying and to see everyone doing everything. I mean, it is just such a wonderful, awesome community. As I have said many times in my videos, I have received such tremendous support in the past year. And I mean, lovely gifts that are just, I would not have been able to receive otherwise, or meet the amazing people that I have met if I had not started doing Flosstube. So, next question, let me highlight real quick. The next question is number 4. What message are you trying to get across with your videos? Okay, that's a good one. What message? Well, I'm trying to get, anyone can do cross stitch. Cross stitch is a wonderful, relaxing, therapeutic hobby. Something that I'm telling you, in the past 2 weeks and in this actually whole year, has really been a saving grace for me. It allows me to forget what is going on for a short period of time and create something beautiful. But the message I'm trying to get across, well, I'm hoping with my tutorials to actually help and teach someone something that they may have struggled with. Also, one of the main messages I would like to get across is that do what you want in your videos. Be yourself, please. Do not listen to all of the people out there that, number one, usually don't do a video but feel the need to comment on everyone else's video about what they should and should not do. If you want to have your kids in your video, if you want to eat in your video, do it. I'm telling you, show your haul. Are you kidding right now? And the newest thing, I feel like every week in my weekly update videos, I'm on my soapbox about something that someone has said about a Flosstube video. If you are on Stitch Mania, recently McKenna from Every Stitch Counts, who is one of the most popular Flosstubers out there, she posted a screenshot of her, oh thank God, I thought I messed up. She posted a screenshot of her most recent video where she was wearing a tank top. And yes, you can see cleavage, but it's not like she's actually showing her breasts on her video. It looks like a normal summer tank top to me. Someone commented, a guy at that, and said something along the lines of, "Aren't you showing a bit much cleavage for a video that's about stitching?" Okay, so she put that on Stitch Mania. Someone else actually came on the video, on the comments in Stitch Mania. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually came on the comments in Stitch Mania and said, well, couldn't you wear like a nice shirt or blouse? Number one, I can't stress enough that she is not showing her breasts in the video. Come on, people. She's wearing something perfectly acceptable. And she should be able to wear what she wants on her channel. You do what you want. I cannot stress. There's my message. Do what you want. Show your stitching. What's so great about this community also is the fact that so many of us do different things and are different people. If everyone was the same, the Flosstube community would be quite boring. Yeah. But yeah, also to have fun with your stitching. That's another message I would like to get across. Too many times, I think, stitching, and I'm guilty of it too, it has caused us great stress and strife over, do my stitches lay flat? Is it nice and neat? My fabric choice, do I change this color? Do I blah, 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 blah? No. Just relax, people. Enjoy your stitching. If you like something, do it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so next question. Do people from school find your channel? I don't think so. Because I don't advertise my personal channel on my personal Facebook page. there's only a handful of people in my family that know I do this, because I don't want the criticism. I don't want the judgment, because the side of me that I show in my videos, not everyone in my family sees that. It's not like I'm, you know, two-faced or I'm a different persona, but, you know, when you're with different people in your family, I know I am, you know, I'm different. I just told my mom and my stepfather just a little while ago that I'm doing a channel. My stepfather has actually watched a couple of my videos. And again, this is the whole reason why I didn't want to say anything. He's like, well, why don't you talk about me in any of your videos? I'm like, the videos are about stitching. It's not about you. It's my channel. I mean, I think he was teasing, but yeah, no. So, yeah, I don't advertise on my personal page that I even do needlework. Barely, I think. I've shown 1 or 2 things. So, people from school. First of all, my channel is not my name. So, if they found me, it would be completely by accident, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like, I don't know. Stitchers get other stitchers. People who are not stitchers, like my husband doesn't even watch my videos, and I'm fine with that. He doesn't need to watch them. But yeah, stitchers get other stitchers, but people that don't do it don't get it for the most part, I think. Okay. Question 6, what does your username mean? Okay. Back when blogs were very, very popular, I had a blog, and it was called Stitcherista. Now, I had changed, I mean, I think I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay. I had changed the name of my blog a few times. At one point, it was called I'll Be Perfect in My Next Life. It also had been called Peace, Love, and Stitching. And then my last, before I went to Flosstube, because I stopped doing my blog when I went to Flosstube, was Stitcherista. And I really racked my brain for like a catchy name. And I think I was watching something on TV and they were talking about people being fashionistas, and I went, Stitcherista, stitching, Stitcherista, because a fashionista is like, you know, an expert of fashion. So I was like, oh my God, Stitcherista, and no one had it. That's also the thing. Trying to find a unique name can be very difficult. So that's what my name means, and I really love it. I'm so glad that I decided to use that as my name. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting. Like I said, this is a lot of counting involved. I'm trying to outline the pumpkin and then just be able to fill in the orange and the green. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is only 28 minutes and I only have 1 more question left. So this is not going to be a very long Stitch With Me video this time. Last question. Oh, this might be because I have a big answer for this. What is my favorite small YouTuber? I'm not sure what they mean by small YouTuber. I actually think, you know, compared to some of the subscribers that YouTubers have, all of us on Flosstube are fairly small. I think Vanna is the one that has the most subscribers. She has over 5,000. There's a bunch of us that have over 3,000. I think I have 3,575, which I'm astounded by that. So, who are some of my favorites for Flosstube? I'll go through that. And again, I wish I would have written them down because there are so many. But right off the bat, I love Coffee Stitcher, the Stash Queen. My bestie Jill, although she doesn't do very many videos anymore. Mortuary Stitches. House of Floss and Fluff. The Weasleys. Kelly Ann. Emily from Eclectic Possessions. Trisha, the three owl threads. Pip Stitch. Blitz, I love all the men. Ginger Gerald. Not sure what happened to Stitcher Moose again. Or the Bearded Stitcher. Love Tracy P. McKenna. There's so many. I know I'm obviously forgetting a bunch of people because I have a ton of subscriptions. Adele. Who else? Just a ton. A ton. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. And like I said, new people just start coming out of the woodwork all the time. Oh, Pam and Steph, love them. Oh my God. Oh, and also Chelsea and Priscilla. Yeah, the ones that we all love. And I just watched, oh, Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Yeah, I just watched actually a couple Flosstube videos yesterday for the first time in like a while. Like I said, I stayed up late last night because I knew I was off today. And I caught up on Scandal, which is actually starting to get good again. Love that. President Fitzgerald Grant. Yummy. And I caught up almost on How to Get Away with Murder. I did not realize I had not watched any episodes from this season, and there were 4. So I watched 3 last night, and I have 1 more. I have a Hulu subscription, which is so awesome because they have almost all of the TV shows, you know, network TV on there, and it's only $11.99 a month. And no commercials. So instead of, you know, taping them on my DVR, I just go on the app and watch them. And because I have a 42-inch TV in my bedroom that's up on the wall, so it's really awesome. So did that and watched a couple Flosstube also because my husband went to bed at 8 o'clock and I was up till like midnight because that's just been my routine lately. So I'm trying to finish. I'm hoping as my grandfather gets better, and he really is doing better, that my mom cannot spend so much time up there at the hospital, and it's just not so stressful for my family. But like next weekend, my husband and I and my mom, we're going to Lowe's and getting handicap rails for my grandparents' house for them to use in their bathrooms and wherever else we think in the house they could use one. My husband is really, really handy with stuff like that. My grandfather really likes my husband and trusts him. So, and my husband agreed to help me with it. You know, I don't know how to do that stuff, so how could I outlined it? So yeah, we're gonna do that next weekend. And just, hopefully my grandfather will just get better and eventually he'll be able to come home. It's gonna be a long road still with him in rehab, I think. But eventually, I'm hoping he'll be able to come home and things can go back to a relative normal. I did not realize how much I truly appreciate just my normal everyday life until it was pretty much an upheaval trying to run to the hospital every day or every night and spending 4 and 5 hours at a clip. I'll take my boring life any day of the week. Working, spending time with my husband, doing stuff around the house, stitching, doing videos, any day of the week. I don't need some big glamorous life. And I don't need a ton of money. Although a little bit more would be nice. As I think we probably all think that, right? But okay, guys, I'm going to cut it off here. It's about 35 minutes, 33 minutes, and that's not too bad for a Stitch With Me video. If you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching and subscribing and commenting, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.